Hi, I'm Ruggero from One Foot in the Door, and today we are looking at a brilliant performance by Gabriel as Harvey Specter in the series Suits. This was recommended by Tourmaline Films, so thank you very much. And Tourmaline Films was kind enough to direct me specifically to this one scene in this one episode, and I'm very glad you did because it is a brilliant scene, so thank you so much even more, okay? I don't think we need too much context, to be honest. It's pretty self-explanatory, so let's jump right in.
I'm glad you decided to come in.
You mind if I ask how you got Lewis to agree to let me see you?
I don't, but I would prefer to ask. When Lewis came in and said you were losing this McKernan Motors, how did you feel?
You want to just jump right in, huh?
Yes, I do.
Well, how do you think I felt? I didn't like it.
Because you were losing your oldest client?
Because Lewis told me there was nothing I could do about it.
So, right away, he establishes himself as this very strong, very direct character. He's trying to control the scene right away. Obviously, this is a very established character. At this point, we're in season 8, I think. So, he's been playing this character for years. We know this character. We've been following this character for years. And it's rare to see him on the back foot. Usually he is in control of the situation, and we see how he's attacking right away this situation. He's trying to control it. And let's see how the psychiatrist replies.
And then Donna came in and said Joan was there and Lewis couldn't even take care of her.
And it irritated you?
It infuriated me.
Why?
Because he told me that I couldn't have what I wanted, and then he put his own selfish interests above the firm's.
Forgive me, Harvey, but isn't that Lewis's historical concern about you?
This is different.
I think perhaps it is different, because he is the one doing it to you. And more importantly, what those selfish interests are.
What are you getting at?
When you two were here, you spent quite a lot of time on Lewis having a baby.
So?
So, would you ever want to have a baby? Or a family?
I have a family, and if you're going to say this has something to do with my brother's divorce...
I didn't even know your brother was getting a divorce.
Yeah, well, he is.
I'm very angry at the editor here and the director, because that was a key moment. That was an absolute key moment. Harvey's reaction to this revelation, the fact that the psychiatrist didn't even know. He was projecting, he expected the psychiatrist to be doing this on purpose, to go and talk about his brother's divorce, and the guy didn't even know about it. So us seeing that revelation, see how he tries to recover from that, would have been extremely interesting. They decided to stay on the psychiatrist, and I don't agree with that, but whatever. Anyway, let's keep going.
That must be painful.
Of course it's painful. My family's falling apart, and at the same time, I'm getting it rubbed in my face that Lewis's family is growing.
Forgive me, Harvey, but Lewis did not rub anything in your face.
Love that little reaction there, the little twitch there. And this is where his armor is starting to come down. So far, even though he was caught unaware of the previous thing that the psychiatrist didn't know, but he still held up this very pushy, very antagonistic attitude. Now things are starting to change.
No, he didn't.
But perhaps it feels that way because for the first time, Lewis has something in his life that you do not.
Jesus Christ, you're saying I'm envious of Lewis?
And what if you were?
I'd ask, what in God's name am I supposed to do with that?
Does it occur to you to share that with him?
No. Even if I wanted to, he's pissed off at me.
He would forgive you in a moment.
And even if he did, I'm afraid to...
To what, Harvey? Lewis makes space for the people in his life whom he loves.
He makes space for people like Sheila and a baby, but...
But what?
But once he has that baby, he might not make space for me.
And there it is. It's interesting how he's still trying to be controlling, he's still trying to be aggressive, but we see now the cracks in his armor. Now we feel how hurt he is by this, how afraid he is. And we see that in his eyes, in his delivery, and the fact that, sure, he's still trying to be antagonistic, but he's not quite succeeding at that.
Where would you get a notion like that? That Louis wouldn't have time for you?
Because they leave. Everyone leaves. Mike, Rachel, Jessica, my sister-in-law. Everyone.
Well, I can tell you, if you keep treating Louis like this, you may cause him to leave yourself.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful also because it is contained. It's believable because he doesn't fall into tears. He's not overdoing it, but we see how much all of this means to him. We see how afraid he is ultimately of being left alone. And that, from a character that has been established as being so strong, so in control, so always smarter than anybody else, it's very, very touching. So thank you so much, Tourmaline, for recommending this amazing clip. Guys, as always, let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you have any recommendations for other great moments of acting, please feel free to be very specific. It actually helps me if you are, but even if you're not, it's fine. Please do let me know in the comments below, and I will see you soon. Thank you so much. Bye bye.